Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. It's 2:42 p.m. on February 27, 2023 in West Point Grey, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It is 10 degrees outside on a snowy afternoon in the city. In this video, I walked for 1.5 kilometers, starting by the Transit bus stop at West 10th and Tolme. Then strolled east through the Point Grey village, crossing the street at Discovery and returning west along West 10th, ending my trek back at the Transit bus stop at West 10th and Tolme. If you would like to support the channel and help me purchase some new equipment, click the heart icon to send me a super thanks. To receive updates, follow me on Instagram at jforestwood. And if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, share it, and subscribe.
Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. Just wanted to do a quick narrated video for you. Just was on the bus and saw this amazing snow falling down, so I got off in West Point Grey and just wanted to show you West Point Grey and the snow that's in the surrounding neighborhood right now. Like I learned when I was filming back in Toronto, if you come to an area like West Point Grey or a residential area, sometimes the snow just shows up a little bit better on the screen. So that's one of the reasons we're here. Also, it's close and I just got off work, so I just wanted to be able to provide it to you because I don't know if the snow is going to continue. And if it does, well, I hope you guys get a chance to see it too if you're local or visiting, so you can enjoy the pretty weather. So we're at Tassamat right now, and of course this is West 10th Avenue that we're walking along right now. West 10th Avenue, and we're heading east on West 10th Avenue. And this does parallel West Broadway Street, but the retail section in West Point Grey is along West 10th Avenue. So we're just waiting for the light to change. There we go, we can cross. There's the local CIBC, so if you happen to be a customer of that and you happen to be in the area, that's where you probably go. Now there's a lot of different restaurants and stores in this area, and a lot of these stores offer different services, but there's also things like Laura K. Juliet, which is a fine jewelry store, and has artwork as well, and Chantham Proper, which is a clothing store. It looks like because of the snow, some of the stores have decided to either stay closed today or have closed a little early. We're passing Bombay Masala now. I have never seen Bombay Masala close in a snowstorm since I've lived here, or even a very heavy rainstorm. They just stay open during their hours. Of course, for any area that's more like a rural town, and West Point Grey is like more of a rural town in Vancouver, we have our local home hardware here. Got lots of plants. Looks like it's getting ready for the spring season. Of course, once the snow has disappeared, our weather's going to start warming up. This is one of the last big breaks of snow before Vancouver starts to get a little bit more warm and a little more pleasurable as it pulls out of winter and we move into spring, which will happen around March 20th. So here's the Korean cuisine rib and chicken restaurant. And it serves karaage chicken, so and Korean fried chicken and stuff like that, and some really tasty ribs. So definitely worth a try. And it's one of the first restaurants we tried when we came to the area. It has some weird hours, so just look ahead. It doesn't hurt to call either. Of course, there's the stationery store we're passing, and this Chinese restaurant here is actually moved down the street. That's the old location of Chili and Ginger. Here's our Cowboys vape smoking bong, and our Guildco, which is another one of those furniture stores in the area. And here, oh, it's not chili and ginger, it's ginger and chili, and this is their new location right here. Of course, they're open until 9 p.m. at night, and this Tim Hortons, no longer here. When we moved over to UBC, we're like, what? Because at least at UBC we have Tim Hortons, and we were Toronto Cats. And even though I'm a blends convert at that point in time when we had just moved, I was still needed my Timmy's fix. Now I enjoy my blends fix. But anyways, I was shocked because this area gets really busy in the summertime because it's around all the different beaches from the Spanish Banks, the Jericho Beach, the Wreck Beach, and I'm not even sure the other beaches on the far south side. I'm still learning about that. But hey, there's a realty store here called Westside. Specializes really actually in Westside stuff, so that's cool. This subway over here is pretty handy if you're in the area, especially if you're coming home late from the bar because it's open 24 hours. Has a few deals for students too, so if you're from UBC. Now we're passing West 10 Eyes, which is an optometry store. And the West Point Grey Physiotherapy and the local physiotherapist. And what's really cool is there's a Purple Dragon School of Martial Arts here. And it's just cool that there's a dojo in this area. It just helps bring extra services to the area, and that's really cool. Keeps people healthy. Of course, there's other things like the Marigold Collective, which helps sell crafts created by women, and the West Point Grey Time Co., which is where you can get watches fixed. And then finally, over here is Molly's. And this is where the local Canada Post Office is. And there's stationery and other stuff you can find in it. Hold on, I think we might have got a little snow on the lens. Let's see if we can clean that off. Just give me a minute. I'll turn off the camera and clean that off. Talk to you in a few minutes. So we're back, folks. This is Molly's over here. And like I was saying, this is where the local post office is. So if you need to drop off a package, they're actually really good at it. You know, I have picked up a package there. That's where my mom originally found where to send her Christmas package. She didn't know about the one at UBC, but so that was the closest one she could find. They're super polite in there, really nice, and actually pretty quick with service too. So if you're looking for a place that'll give you some good service, Molly's is definitely one of the places to go. So we're at Discovery Street right now, and this is the end of the retail strip. I'm just going to go back on the other side and show you the other side of it. So this is Discovery in West 10th Ave. Just waiting for it to change to the walk. There we go. So let's walk. Because this area does get busier in the summertime with a lot of tourists and locals traveling over here for a quick bite and stuff like that. You do have the walking signs that are available because it does get busy. Of course, if you need to fill up, here's the local gas station, and gas right now is at $1.85.9. So I'll let you assess if that's a good price for yourself if you're a driver. I'm of course walking, so you know I'm a pedestrian. Wow, just look at these snowflakes. I like to say, like, you don't see this type of snow in Toronto as often as you would see over here. Like when it does snow, these big flakes do happen. Usually you need a pretty long ramp up with some smaller flakes, but they get progressively bigger into these big wet flakes. It's just beautiful. So we're passing one of the local mattress stores here. What was interesting about this mattress store is that when the students are coming in January, they had a whole bunch of single mattresses set up in the windowsill in the display, and I just thought that really funny. They were exclusively focusing on the student market, which, you know what, good on them, because that is a market that is served over here, and the student market actually keeps a lot of these shops alive. Passing Vanusia Flora and Life Labs, and that's where you can go if you need to get your blood test, or a bunch of other tests as well. There's a little umbrella. It's a nice little cafe. There's a hair studio over here called Spring Hair Design. It has pretty good reviews. Of course, we found our hairdressers on Denman and Davie Street that we like to go to. But the option is available here, and there's a few hairdressers if you'd like to know selection. This store right here is an upholstery store. I think that's really cool, because you can get an old chair and get it reupholstered. And then of course here's this photo and art shop as well. And they do framing and stuff inside. Oh, we can cross. This car just pulled out across the line like they shouldn't have, but hey, whatever, no harm, no foul. So we're going to continue west on West 10th Avenue. That's the direction we're heading now. Of course, another one of those furniture stores and knick-knack stores, Habitat Trading Co. And of course, the local veterinary clinic. We'll keep in the covered old area for the other people. We have a cover herself called my umbrella right now. There's this nice sushi restaurant right here. That'll be open a little later. And right next to it's another one of those hair salons I was talking about. Then if you're a student, Domino's is right here. Domino's has deals for UBC students. Now, the Mix is a bakery, a lot like you'd see for Cobb's Bread. So if you're in the area, that's where you go for that. And this is Burger Root, which is a local bar. What I find really cool over here as well is they have a music store called Tapestry Music. They have a good selection of different stringed instruments, and including harps that they like to showcase here. And of course, this is Pure Pharmacy. This would be the pharmacy you go to if you want to get a deal in the neighborhood. Of course, London Drugs or Shoppers Drug Mart is probably going to have a better deal than them. But those guys would be the cheaper deal than the West Point Grey Pharmacy, which is a little weird of a pharmacy, to be honest with you. Passing one of the local gyms and one of the local coffee houses. And then over here there's an Italian restaurant that does pizza and nice Italian food. Prices, of course, are priced for a nice expensive Italian restaurant, so if you're looking for something a little nicer, it's definitely one of the places to consider. Yeah, like the Point Grey Eye Care Optimist is closed right now. Looks like some of the stores are closing early because of the snow. Makes sense. Over here is the provincial branch of, or not the provincial branch, the branch of the West Point Grey Library. It's also closed. It's usually open at this point in time when I stop in the neighborhood. And here's Jaime Sushi. They just reopened, so you can come out here and you can check them out. And they don't just do sushi, they do other things as well. You can go in there and get some nice Japanese barbecue and stuff like that, so it's worth a check. Now let's go a little bit down Sasamat here, because there's two really good restaurants over here I want to show you. Haven't had a chance to try Rice Burger yet, but I've heard good things about it. But the other thing around this Point Grey Village side is the kitchen. And this is a smashing Korean restaurant with a really, really good service. They take care of you really well, so it's worth coming to. Of course, you can see the menu over here. I put the menu there for you. You can zoom in on it if you want. Now, regular prices for ramen. Of course, over here, you can check out the prices yourself. Haven't had to, but they look delicious, these rice burgers. And I have gotten good recommendations for them. So let's cross Sassmat. Of course, on this side of Sassmat is the West Point Grey Baptist Church. And the back entrance is over here. You can see the sign right there. West Point Grey Baptist Church. I'm not Baptist, but if you are and you're in the area, I'm sure you'd be welcome there. So now we're passing the local BMO. We're on Sassmat right now. We're going to turn back onto the West 10th Ave. But if you're a BMO client, this would be definitely, if you're in the area, where you probably want to go. And of course, there's an RBC across the street. So this area is served by 3 different banks: the CIBC, the Royal Bank, and the Bank of Montreal, the BMO. There's 2 other interesting restaurants over here. 4 Olives, and then another sushi restaurant, but it also serves rice bowls. Okay, called Sun Sushi. Okay. This is the West Point Grey Pharmacy. Every time I've popped in here, I've been followed around by the cashier. And I've been wearing like after work dress clothes and stuff like that. Or, you know, we're coming out of the factory clothes. So it doesn't look like when I'm poor when I'm walking in there. But I don't go there anymore because it kind of weirds me out. I'd rather go to the Shoppers Drug Mart over in UBC, even though it's a less stocked one than the one in Kitsilano. And this is top 10 produce. And over here, there's a local controversy about a cat who they were using in here to help maintain and kill vermin and stuff like that. And the city didn't want the cat in there. And the whole story got published in the CBC National News. So, cat's still there. Cat's still doing their job. So, they let the cat stay eventually. You can go to the CBC website if you want to check that out. Now, the Hair by Gina & Co. and the diner, they're no longer here. Unfortunately, I heard that they left before, during the pandemic. And so, fortunately, didn't get a chance to try that. Heard the diner had some good fish and chips at it. So, that's disappointing because myself and Bay really do love fish and chips. But hey, there's lots of new office space here, so hopefully something else nice will come and move in. Now we're passing the final sushi restaurant on the strip. So I think that's 4 or 5 sushi restaurants. But they each have something slightly different. Okay. And then the pizza. And this pizza does a really good job of pizza. I really enjoy it. I actually got a pizza from there and then took it back on the UBC Beeline all the way back to where we live over there. And we really enjoyed it. And they did a really good job. And they were open during this last snowstorm, not the one that you're currently seeing. That's just more of a snowfall. But a couple of days ago there was a snowstorm. And they were still open. It was nice because that helped us choose what we wanted to eat for dinner when we hadn't had a chance to go to the grocery store for the week. So thank you Pizza people for staying open. So we're back at the intersection of West End Ave and Palmy. And I'm just going to go back to the bus stop and then climb on that and head back to UBC. So anyways, folks, hope you enjoyed this video. and got to see something that you don't normally get to see here in Vancouver, which is an actual snowfall. They do happen, not very often. Anyways, I'm gonna wait under the bus shelter for the next bus to come and catch that back to UBC. In the meantime, I'd just like to say, of course, thank you for watching, and remember to share, like, and subscribe, and talk to you later, folks. Okay. Thanks. Have a good day.